Welcome to another installment of Ask Adam. This week's question comes from Jonathan Pregill, and he asks, how do clouds hold water without constantly raining? How do they pop up on clear days? Well, in order to answer this question, we have to understand the principle of condensation. In order to understand condensation, let's go to a scenario that we have all experienced. It's a hot summer day. You reach into the ice cooler, grab a cold soda, put it on the table. Well, that cold soda starts to cool the ambient air around it. All of a sudden, it sweats. That is condensation. Well, what's happening here behind the scenes? Cold air can't hold as much moisture as warm air, so it gets squeezed out in liquid form. And there's always moisture in the air. Sometimes you can feel it on high humidity days. So the puddle that's forming on your table from the soda can is water that you have extracted from the air. Now let's take this scenario out in a field and apply it to clouds. You have high temperature, high humidity, and we'll call this an invisible parcel of moist air. Since it's warm, it starts to rise. It finds itself in an environment with lower temperature. This cools the air parcel, the same way that can of soda cools the ambient air around it. Well, what happens here? A form of condensation. Cloud droplets form. Now, these cloud droplets are so tiny and so lightweight that they could just hang up there all day and nothing happens, unless there's an external force that cools it down even further. And that further cooling can cause rain droplets to form, and they fall down to the ground. Now, where do these clouds come from on clear weather days? You can have that parcel of air that just rises and condenses. We call those thermals. Or you can have forcing from mountain ranges, which is very common too. And that's what we're looking at here in this time-lapse video. You have wind coming from behind that mountain range going towards you, getting forced upward, and it's hitting that condensation point right here where that cloud starts to form. Now, there's not enough moisture here. It's not cold enough to cause any rain, so the cloud just forms and then it dissipates, and that's where they pop up from on clear weather days. Fascinating question. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for asking it. I hope you always continue to ask questions and stay curious.